I'm Shaista Ahmed, the Channel Sales Manager at Nutanix. Thank you very much for joining our event today. Today, we are going to talk about Nutanix clusters on AWS. The event is going to be about the joint go-to-market that we have together, what is in it for the partners, and how the alliance between Nutanix and AWS is going to support and help our partners and customers. On the panel with me today, I have Tim Smithson, who's the EMEA business leader for multi-cloud at Nutanix. I have Ram Kumar, who's the partner leader at AWS for Middle East and Africa. And I have Darshana from the VP at Reddington Value, who is our joint distributor for AWS and Nutanix. Now, I would like to hand it over to Tim to come and give us a brief introduction on the journey of Nutanix so far. Tim, handing over to you.
Welcome and thank you for your time today. As we kick off today's session, I'd like to begin with a short introduction into who is Nutanix. My name's Tim Smithson. I'm the multi-cloud business leader here at Nutanix in EMEA. Now, as we start to discuss with our customers, we understand a few of the top challenges that they're dealing with at the moment. So what we're finding is that there are silos that are created, creating a complexity due to managing infrastructure, which has become ever more fragmented and diverse, which means that the time to deliver applications and services to drive business value becomes lengthy. Now, if you add to this hybridation of infrastructure and the cloud, that creates yet more complexity, and skills are no longer shared between on-premises and public cloud. And lifting and shifting applications to public cloud slows adoption, as it can require extensive refactoring, re-architecting, and the costs may become unpredictable. And add to this the ongoing struggle to keep apps and data secure and compliant. These challenges are slowing its ability to deliver business outcomes. Now, Nutanix's vision is to make computing invisible anywhere. And to make this vision a reality, we deliver a platform that is simple to own and operate, given a consumer-like simplicity to enterprise architecture. And our mission is to be a trusted partner of our customers, to make their experience as frictionless as possible. Now, we started this journey back in 2009, and the initial public offering followed in 2016. With a major milestone of our first $1 billion revenue achieved just 2 years later. And today our revenue exceeds 1.3 billion. Now, Nutanix was recognized as a category leader and gained a very impressive customer roster. Of that can boast some of the world's more impressive organizations. Customers include the 920 of the Global 2000 customers and over 17,000 customers globally. Nutanix has also gained an enviable reputation for being a consistent customer favorite with over 90 NPS for the last 6 years and 96% customer retention. Now, Nutanix has recently made the transition to a subscription-based license model, giving customers more flexibility in the way they consume our software. And Nutanix remains healthy with over 720 million cash and reserves of over $1 billion in the deferred revenue. Now, industry analysts all agree that Nutanix is a leader in the hyper-converged infrastructure space. Now, the market, if we look at Gartner's, consider Nutanix to be the leader in both completeness of its vision and its ability to execute against that vision, while Forrester considers Nutanix to be the top ranked in both market presence and product strategy. Now, with any organization, no matter how good your products and solutions are, they're only as good as the customers that use them. And Nutanix is proud of its track record in ensuring our customers are supported. One of the ways we measure this is the ability to delight our customers is through the Net Promoter Score, which is a means of measuring customer satisfaction and customer experience. Over the past 5 to 6 years, Nutanix has managed to maintain a net promoter score of 90 plus, which is unheard of in the industry. One of the many ways we can do this is by providing global coverage with our 10 global support centers, over 500 support personnel covering both software and hardware support operating across 150 countries. Now, one of the ways we provide this, no matter what your use case, no matter what your workload, Nutanix provides one platform allowing our customers to run any application from any location. The Nutanix platform covers 4 major areas. We have at the core our digital hyperconverged infrastructure service. This is our core foundational solution that allows us to provide our virtualization, storage, security, our management and operational solutions. Next, we have our data center services, which encompasses both storage and networking and business continuity, followed by our DevOps services, providing cloud native capability, automation, and database as a service capabilities. Then we have our desktop services offering VDI, desktop as a service, and digital workspace solutions. Now, the Nutanix cloud platform can run on premises, on hardware of your choice, or on the cloud of your choice, offering maximum flexibility to our customers. Many customers have benefited from the Nutanix platform, and services rely on Nutanix. These organizations are leaders in their field and are trusted brands spanning the globe. Customers choose Nutanix for many reasons, but what makes Nutanix stand out from other providers is summarized in these 4 key areas. Web scale architecture like no other, offering customers a modern cloud architecture that operates on private and on public cloud. High performance and extreme resilience. Thanks to Nutanix's web scale architecture, customers can enjoy high levels of resilience. With one-click operations, Nutanix offers iPhone-like simplicity to manage your infrastructure. And via a single pane of glass, all the power of Nutanix is wrapped into a single user experience we call Prism that provides a simple to own and operate solution to your infrastructure and application management. With that, I'm going to hand back to our host, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Tim, for this insightful information. It has been a great journey for Nutanix over the 11 years, and we've come a long way from the HCI now towards providing the customers the flexibility of giving hybrid solutions to the customers on cloud. Now, I would like to invite Ram to give us an introduction on AWS and what our go-to-market would be together. Ram, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, customers, partners, for being with us today. And a big thanks to Redington and Nutanix for organizing this. We are here to meet and talk about Nutanix clusters on AWS. I'm going to spend some time to talk about what is the value of partnering with AWS for partners and customers. My name is Ram Kumar. I am the partner leader for AWS, and I lead this function for AWS across Middle East and North Africa. Let us start with some facts. Industry leaders are building on AWS. AWS was the earliest, I would say, the first hyperscaler, started in 2006. And customers across virtually every industry and of every size, including startups, enterprises, and public sector organizations, are building applications and innovating on AWS. It could be long-established companies like Capital One, Siemens, Hilton, or it could be the new age companies and startups like Netflix, Salesforce, Pinterest, or Airbnb. And this region has not been far behind. This region already, AWS has tens of thousands of active customers in Middle East and North Africa. As you can see, many familiar logos on the screen. By moving their lab workstations as one of the early customers, Bahrain Polytechnic is saving more than 20% of its annual IT budget. Hassan Allam, one of the oldest and largest private sector construction companies in the Middle East, selected to run their SAP S/4HANA environment on AWS. Or you take the case of Altair Group, which is one of the largest luxury retailers in the Middle East with over 200 stores, chose to run their websites and e-commerce on AWS. Or the case of Virgin Mobile, which runs its entire infrastructure on AWS cloud. And since migrating to AWS, features and functionalities that were taking around weeks or months, they were able to deploy within days. And they also saved more than 75% on cost. Or you take the case of Fly Dubai, the leading low-cost airline, which can today launch new services in weeks instead of in hours instead of weeks, what it used to take before. So when you look at these customers globally or locally moving on to AWS or to the cloud, we wonder, what is it? Why are the customers really moving? If you look at what are the benefits of cloud, on one hand, you can look at the kind of uplift that they get in terms of agility on one hand, and the reduction of complexity and risk on the other hand. From an agility standpoint, accelerated time to market. Technology infrastructure and resources on demand accelerate time to market. Second, innovation. Leveraging services like AI, ML, analytics, and IoT to build new innovative applications or services is a serious benefit that today is not just on paper, but it's something that the companies are using day in and day out. Scale seamlessly. Ability to really scale up or unfortunately down due to the current COVID situation, is something which is only possible on cloud. On the other hand, when it comes to reducing complexity and risk, optimizing costs, an OpEx model and pay as you go, as opposed to an capital intensive model, helps customers to optimize costs, minimize security vulnerabilities. The shared security model concept, where the cloud provider takes care of physical data center security up to the hypervisor level, while offering customers a range of security services and best practices for application level security. Or reduced management complexity, which is basically achieved by easy to use management tools for the entire technology stack. So these are really the benefits of cloud, which customers are benefiting from. And this is the reason why you see more and more customers moving on to the cloud. So now let's tackle the next question. What really sets AWS apart? Customers from 2006 have selected AWS for years because we have proven beyond doubt that we are deeply committed to their success. We believe we stand apart in the market because of 7 key factors. Security. The level of fine-grained control that is possible on the AWS platform has been richly revered by consulting and by third-party vendors. Service breadth and depth and the pace of innovation. More than 175 services to support any cloud workload and help customer release rapidly from a use case perspective. Number 3, experience. More than 1 million customers building and managing cloud on the AWS platform since 2006. The global footprint. The hyperscaler with the maximum footprint across the globe, 77 availability zones with 24 geographic regions, more than 205 edge locations in 84 cities across 42 countries. In this region, we have our local region in Bahrain with 3 availability zones. Number 5, machine learning. More machine learning happens on AWS than anywhere else. Machine learning in the hands of every developer and data scientist is the mantra. Number 6, which is really a very important aspect, and we will speak about this more in the next few slides, the ecosystem. Tens of thousands of APN partners. And on top of it, the AWS marketplace, which offers more than 50 categories and more than 8,000 transactable listings. And finally, enterprise leader. AWS is positioned as a leader in the Gartner's Magic Quadrant for 10th year in a row. And the gap between AWS and the other players has only been widening over time because millions of customers choose the AWS cloud for its unmatched breadth and depth of capabilities and its fast pace of innovation. So with all of this, if we can now dive into what is really the opportunity for partners. The real opportunity for partners is the fact that AWS has millions of active customers every month. AWS is a large and rapidly growing business. Q3 of 2019, the revenue for AWS increased 35% year on year to north of $9 billion, which makes AWS nearly a $36 billion run rate business. And this is a huge potential for partners. 175 plus services, which we already spoke about, and spanning from compute, storage, database to networking, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and IoT. And finally, the global region and the infrastructure, and the fast pace of innovation, where in 2011, the entire year, AWS released around 80 new significant services and features, which by 2018, it was almost 2,000, in a single year. What has this really meant? It has meant it's a 5x growth in 5 years for a partner, in terms of our partner sales resources. And to support this, a 14x increase in commitment in terms of sales resources, technical and sales, to support the partner community in AWS. This year alone, the APN, the AWS Partner Network, has added more than 50 partners every single day. This has also led to a 7x growth year on year in AWS revenue, which is launched through APN partners. So as a partner, what do you really get by becoming a partner of APN, the AWS Partner Network? Delivering more innovation at a fast pace with the constantly evolving portfolio of AWS technology and services. Number one, you gain credibility, which is credibility by leveraging the AWS brand known for innovation and customer centricity. Number three, you get market your business and participate in exclusive events such as reInvent, reMars, or reinforce, or promote and sell your solutions through AWS Marketplace or digital catalog for AWS customers. Highlight your expertise with APN programs and differentiate your business practice. Define your APN partner journey based on your business focus area and capabilities and make the most of your investment. Work with an assigned partner development contact who will contact you. It's a promise where we have a partner development contact who will contact you within 1 business day of signing up with the APN. Increase visibility to AWS field team and AWS customers and take advantage of the sales opportunities. And finally, save time and money and get the tools and resources you need to reach customers and respond quickly to customer needs. So this is, in a nutshell, the real value of the AWS partner network. And from a partner network perspective, we are unique. So we have partners whom we classify either as consulting partners or technology partners. As a consulting partner, you build with AWS, and your revenue streams are around delivering professional services, managed services, and becoming an MSP. And as a technology partner, you build on top of the AWS platform. So you have your own product or an IP, and you're able to deliver your own product with underlying AWS services. And the beauty of the AWS partner network journey is that you can create your own journey. You can decide, when and how will you progress. You can decide whether you would like to, how do you like to differentiate. So as soon as you decide to join the APN network, you will be contacted by a PDR, and you will be, given a hand-holding on the APN Navigate program, through which you can clearly define how you would like to, progress as an APN partner. the moment you get to a select where you at least have 3 customers, at least 4 people certified, and you have a certain amount of experience that you have gained, you qualify to now start specializing yourself on a lot of service delivery programs, which the AWS partner solution architects will help you to develop your teams in being able to qualify. And as you advance through the tiers and you become an advanced partner, you qualify to now start developing a specific competency, which will give you a lot of rewards in terms of access to different programs and ultimately to become a managed services provider. And the ultimate goal of the program is to be a premier partner, which will unlock a significant benefits and also global reach and global scale ultimately. And all through this journey, you have APN benefits, which are around training, market development funds, and partner opportunity acceleration funds. So customers and partners, we are here, and we are here to talk about this specific journey that we're going to undertake between AWS and Nutanix. So what is it? What is unique about this relationship? I'm going to hold back the thunder for Tim to really dive deep. But I would like to touch upon certain aspects. For example, why do customers really need hybrid cloud? Organizations are moving their workloads to the cloud as quickly as they can, and this is today a reality. And while most applications can be easily migrated to the cloud, some applications need to be re-architected or modernized before they can be moved to the cloud. And some applications need to remain on-prem due to the low latency or data sovereignty requirements. Regardless of where workloads may reside, organizations want to be able to develop once and be able to deploy workloads to the cloud or on-prem in an agile and consistent fashion using a common set of APIs to manage and operate. And furthermore, enterprises always want and need to be able to leverage investments in skills, technology, and processes across their environments. This leads many enterprises to seek hybrid cloud architectures to integrate their on-prem and cloud operation to support a broad spectrum of use cases. We believe this entire journey, Nutanix and AWS will be able to provide a seamless answer to your hybrid environment. We know that hybrid is here to stay. According to IDC, Forrester, Market and Markets, 75% of the enterprise applications are still on-prem. 71% of organizations deploy with hybrid environments, and we expect the hybrid cloud market to grow to $96 billion US by 2023. So finally, I would like to touch upon the hybrid architecture goals and why we believe that this particular marriage is going to be highly beneficial to customers. Customers want a hybrid architecture that provides consistency. This is key across their on-prem and the cloud environments. They want consistent operational models across their environments, consistency in procuring, provisioning, and operating technology. They want to leverage the tools and skill sets that they have built over time across both the environments. They want something which is simple to control, manage, secure. They want to make sure that the services that they build are enterprise class and they are able to stand up to the enterprise SLAs. And finally, they want to use the same services, APIs, and tools to build once and deploy anywhere with consistent performance. I believe as you will undergo the rest of the presentation, all these goals will be met by this unique relationship that Nutanix is trying to bring together with AWS. And finally, I would like to conclude by quoting our worldwide leader of channels on clusters on AWS provides customers the flexibility to get the most out of their current AWS investments and the Nutanix environments. And customers have an opportunity to take advantage of Nutanix clusters on AWS and really deploy it adjacent to each other. So thank you very much for the opportunity. And we will see you back for the Q&A. And I would like to hand back to the lovely host, Saishta, and thank you.
Trump, for this insightful information and to highlight the multi-million-dollar opportunity that our partners have across AWS and Nutanix together. I'm sure they will be very excited to explore this opportunity further. Now, I would like to introduce Fred Sharp. Fred Sharp is an illusionist and magician. He's traveled around the world to entertain celebrities and well-known personalities. Now he is here to entertain you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy our techno magician.
Here we go, Nutanix, new chapter, Nutanix clusters on AWS. I'm in the right place. Thank you very much, everybody. I can see the crowd is going wild already. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, so my name is Fred Sharp, and I am an illusionist and mentalist. Today, I'm going to entertain you with some virtual magic. And of course, this virtual magic presentation is sponsored by Nutanix. Now, the same way as companies are going through digital transformation, well, Magic has also experienced a digital transformation, as you notice with my intro and the iPad Magic. Now, before we start, I would like to point out that no camera tricks will be used. Everything is live, of course, and nothing has been set up with anyone. Now, here's something to consider. At Nutanix, we are the magicians of hyper-convergence infrastructure. So much that our clients cannot believe their eyes when they see the capabilities of our solutions. Now, to illustrate this, I've got here a solid metal fork right here. Yeah. And at Nutanix, we are the magicians of hybrid multi-cloud platforms. Our best kept secret is the flexible approach to cloud. What I'm going to do, this solid fork here, it's really solid. It represents the rigid approach to cloud. But I'm going to write on it, since it's a special day and with AWS, I'm going to write AWS on the back of the fork here, as you can see. All right. Now, with Nutanix Clusters, we deliver the industry's first cloud platform to manage applications and infrastructure in private and public cloud, such as AWS, operated as a single cloud. This is ultimate flexibility. As you can see, the fork is starting to bend. You can see it here, right? Correct? Yeah. When you hear the words flexibility and freedom, the first thing that should come to your mind is Nutanix AWS. Freedom to build. Yes, we deliver hybrid cloud infrastructure. And look at this. How about this for flexibility? The metal is twisting completely. Yeah, like this. It's actually completely twisted. Yeah. Freedom to run applications and workloads as you wish. Watch. We're getting even more and more flexible. Yeah. And this is to symbolize AWS Nutanix clusters, the flexibility in the hybrid cloud. What about this? Here we go. Thank you very much. Thank you, it's very kind of you. Okay, moving on, I'd like to talk about speed and simplicity. Now I'm gonna switch cameras over here so you can see my table. With a built-in networking integration, Nutanix clusters make it a very fast process to create a hybrid cloud. I've got these cards which are white here representing the cloud, right? So this is how fast we can create hybrid cloud. Let me show you here, guys, watch. Okay, starting from now. And that's how fast we create hybrid cloud. Nutanix clusters make it easy to integrate, to migrate, I beg your pardon, any application from any private cloud to public cloud, like AWS. When it comes to speed, we are at the top of our game. Yeah, let's try that again, watch. Hybrid cloud, top, it jumped to the top. We make it very simple. It's almost as simple as snapping your fingers to implement hybrid cloud. This is the only hybrid cloud card, as you can see. Yeah. So, as you can see, everybody, when it comes to hybrid cloud, Nutanix AWS, an amazing combination. We stand out from the rest with Nutanix clusters AWS. Let's watch the card, the hybrid cloud card. It really stands out, completely bent. And now watch, we're always a step ahead. We're on top of the game here at Nutanix clusters and AWS. Here we go. Thank you very much. All right, now let's talk about cost, all right? The magic doesn't stop here. We also help you in terms of cost optimization via the integration of Nutanix clusters and Beam. Tag-based analytics help you stay on top of your bare metal spending in AWS. With Beam, you can also identify potential cost savings with automated cost governance policies to eliminate or right-size cloud resources. Save 35% or more on your public cloud spending with Nutanix. How about that? Here we go. Thank you, guys. So that concludes my short virtual magic performance. I hope you enjoyed. And I'm going to let you get on with a special, obviously, presentation and a special day combining AWS and Nutanix clusters. Again, my name is Fred Sharp. Enjoy the rest of the presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Fred. That was really amazing. I enjoyed the magic that you showed us and showed us how easy and flexible it is for people to move applications from on-prem to cloud. Now, we would like to take a break for 10 minutes where you could go enjoy yourself, get yourself a cup of coffee. And while you are sipping your coffee, we would like you to enjoy the music, which is going to be played by DJ Taz. And we will see you back in 10 minutes.
Yellow diamonds in the light, and we're standing inside. diamonds in the light, and we're standing side by side as your shadow crosses mine. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless
Now, I would like to welcome Darshana. He's the VP at Reddington to come and give us an overview of Reddington and what is the value proposition that Reddington bring on the table with AWS and Nutanix together. Darshana, over to you.
Thanks once again. And it's good for me, actually. You know, we have, at the time I started my talk, it was like around 60 odd attendees. Now I have, I think, more than 350. So it's a good audience. So thanks to everybody, all my partners, my customers, the Nutanix team, AWS team, who became part of this this event. So this is one of our first initiative, you know, the brand new virtual platform, virtual auditorium for us. So we are trying new things, new way to, you know, meet our partners and consumers. Technology sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. So we have to go with the flow and deliver our message. Thanks and welcome all my partners and customers today. So we have nearly around 600 registered partners. I was told that as we speak, nearly 400 is taking part of this session. So today we got Ram to talk about AWS, the AWS offerings, AWS regional landscape, and the hybrid infrastructure. So then after that, we got Tim. He's from France. He's the multi-cloud business leader for Nutanix, to talk about the Nutanix cluster on AWS. So Tim has done one session and he's going to do another session just after my slot. So once again, thanks for Ram as well as Tim and the Nutanix team. I just wanted to give you a little bit of background of Reddington and give an intro about, you know, what is today's event all about. So most of my partners and the customers in this part of the world knows about Reddington. So Reddington in this region is more than 27 years. We are having a very eventful and exciting journey. So we start this company with one brand, and today we have expanded ourselves for more than 200 brands in the technology segment. So this cut across like the broadband distribution product, which is laptop, desktop printers, networking domain, software security, IoT, AI, ML, the cloud offering. So we have like almost all the technology segments covered in Reddington. And today we have nearly around 1,600 employees working for Reddington, and we operate out of 37 independent offices in the region. The rich experience what we have over the period of time has allowed us to fail. A lot of initiatives we have taken, a lot of solutions, a lot of experience. We try to come forward, and I'm not saying everything is success. So we have failed a lot. So the company has allowed us to fail and encourage us to try again. So we are keep failing, we are trying again, and we are find the right work for our partners and for our customers. So more and more, we are doing a lot of research and developments to come closer to our partners and be more relevant to our customers. So this is the success of Reddington, and we keep going to do that, and we are trying to, you know, find the successes by doing that. So as you know, everybody, all the individuals and the businesses have gone through a difficult patch because of the ongoing pandemic. We started with, you know, unknown. Nobody knew, you know, what's going on, and we just hit by with the virus. So it's all about unknown. Then over the period of time, so now it is time for us to transform ourselves to, you know, known. So I believe the technology is one of the key tool for us to work on known and find the solutions for the unknown future. The today's launch is all about, you know, finding the new age technologies or new age solutions. So we have brought the two major powerhouses, Nutanix, the company who has redefined hyperconverged infrastructure, the AWS, the most comprehensive and broadly adapted cloud service provider in the globe. So we're bringing these two major global powerhouses together and trying to find a solution which can benefit our partners and the customers. Customers who work from home, customers who work from anywhere, and provide any kind of solutions and enable technology as the enabler for the business. So this is the whole idea. I think we spend a lot of time, almost 1 hour, 15 minutes. We already gone through a few slots. We gone through interesting DJ sessions, and thanks to Nutanix, we had a good magic show as well. So next slot is for Tim. So he is going to talk about the Nutanix cluster, how practically works on the AWS. And I believe he has arranged a demo as well. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Tim to take today's event to the next slot.
So much, Darshana. That was a good information, and I'm sure the partner community will be happy to reach out to Redington to explore and see how we can work together as a team. Now, I would like to invite Tim to give us a detailed a session on how we can leverage the Nutanix clusters on AWS, the integration, and how the partners can leverage this to their advantage, what is in it for them, and followed by a quick demo, showing a live demo of how Nutanix clusters works on AWS. Tim, over to you.
So I'm delighted to be presenting to you about the hybrid multi-cloud solutions with Nutanix clusters. And before we get started, I wanted to take you on a journey, and that journey is the cloud journey that most of our customers are on. What we found over the past several years, and when I talk to customers, is I understand they're on a journey. And this journey is broken into a number of phases and stages, and it's different for every organization. But the way I define it is there's the early stages, there's the launch, there's the investigation around moving into the cloud. Then customers gain some early benefit once they move into this journey. And as they start to gain that benefit, they start to realize that they want to replicate this and scale across the organization and make it an institutional part of the organization to really become a cloud transformed organization. Now, whatever your stages are, they may look something like this. You may have slightly different stages within your organization, but they loosely follow a similar path. And then on the left-hand side, we start to see that there are a number of complexities driving the cloud journey. And if we look on the left, I've got a number that are not really related to technology. Actually, some of these are related to organizational complexities. So gaining leadership support. In the early days, it's often driven by the few visionaries within the organization. But then as it gains acceptance, you start to gain broader cross-company organizational leadership support. And then the people within your organization, you start to drive, start to be driven by the few who have a belief in the technology. And then there are others as this change progresses who are resistant to that change. And then we also have to think about how we enable our staff. And one of the main issues I hear from customers is about the skills silos that are created through the various technologies that are exploited and developed across the organization as the need for additional skills grows. And then as we look beyond that, we start to think about some of the technology concerns and complexity drivers in our journey. This could be anything from adoption through legacy applications. You know, it's very easy perhaps to migrate your early applications, but then this low-hanging fruit becomes more challenging as you try to replicate and scale and move more workloads onto the public cloud. We also see customers exploring multiple cloud providers, moving from just their private cloud and their public cloud to multiple cloud providers. And we start to see the ongoing requirements around security and compliance, perhaps infrastructure as code or adopting cloud native. And then finally, we start to see challenges around the financial impact. You know, originally we moved from a very heavy CapEx model to a reduction in CapEx to an OpEx model. And then we start to see the OpEx start to increase and grow in size. And then how do we control that spend, that operational spend? And one of the things that we see across this journey with all of our customers is that they become pinch points. These pinch points can happen when you start to scale and replicate across your organization as you try to broadly accept public cloud into the organization. We find these pinch points. These pinch points are areas where customers struggle, organizations struggle to build their cloud journey, and they often stall and move no further. But what we've recognized is that all organizations need to rely on both private cloud and public cloud. Private cloud gives you the predictable costs, the higher performance, potential greater compliance and greater control. Whereas on the other side, you have your public cloud, and great providers like AWS provide huge elasticity of services, ease of use, a massive choice of these many services that they provide. But what's needed is a way of unifying these clouds. Attempting to manage them in silos creates more organizational dysfunction and slows the adoption of cloud. But hybrid cloud is complex. We have complexity in the operationals, day-to-day operations. We have complexity in networking infrastructure, where we have latency issues, integration issues. We also have, as I mentioned earlier, silos, not only in the organization and the people that are created through their skill silos, we also have infrastructure management silos. You know, the numerous management solutions required to manage in a hybrid cloud become extremely complex. And then we have cost issues, and preventing those cost overruns can add to that level of complexity. So what we believe at Nutanix is that we need to provide a hybrid platform. Customers need a single platform that goes across both the private and public cloud, allowing you to operate those as a single cloud offering. The platform should be a consistent construct, should enable you to leverage the skills that are already existing within your organization, so that one skill person who can operate your private cloud should be able to operate your public cloud. We believe that we should allow seamless movement between the elastic, between private and public cloud. So your workloads can move elastically between the two clouds. We also feel that this should be a native integration with the native cloud services. So we don't want customers to have to build their own integration to try to create some Frankenstein monster to create this unified cloud management platform. We want this integration to be native. And we also want our licensing to be portable. We want you to be able to take your Nutanix license, whether you're running on private cloud or public cloud, and that to be seamlessly fluid between the two clouds. So you can portably lift and shift your licenses, as well as portably move your workloads as it's required. So with that, we introduced a solution we call Nutanix Clusters. Now, Nutanix Clusters delivers a Nutanix cloud platform running across AWS. So it enables you to merge your private cloud with your public cloud. We utilize AWS EC2 bare metal as the underlying hardware for our public cloud. And it provides you a unified management plane between Nutanix Prism, both on public and private cloud, and giving you a true hybrid multi-cloud architecture spanning both the private and public cloud. Now, customers will be able to leverage their existing AWS accounts and credits. They'll be able to utilize their VPCs and VPNs and direct connection configurations all through clusters. If we look at this, if we go a layer lower, perhaps I can show you this in a slightly different way. So at the heart of Nutanix, we've often talked about Prism. Prism is our single pane of glass. It's the single view in which you can manage your Nutanix private cloud. We've allowed this to be extended out to Amazon and to the AWS EC2 bare metal. So we provide 4 EC2 bare metal instances, various sizes depending on your requirements, that allow us to integrate into your existing AWS account, your existing VPCs. So there's no need to do any complicated network configuration. There's no networking overlay. You have direct access to all of your other AWS services that you could be utilizing. And indeed, we can utilize some of those ourselves. And your Nutanix software is retained, as I mentioned, in your VPC. So you use your AWS account, you utilize all your AWS credits, you utilize the same networking infrastructure, and you can license your Nutanix software to sit on top of AWS. Now, what this gives you, this gives a lot of our customers a number of advantages in 4 key areas. So the key use cases we're finding is what we're calling the lift and shift. This allows you to move your workloads seamlessly without making any code changes, without refactoring those workloads, move them from your private cloud, your legacy apps from your private cloud over to the public cloud. And equally, you can move them back if necessary. As an extension of this, when you move those public clouds over to your private cloud workloads over to the public cloud, you can then utilize some of the modern application services, such as your cloud native services. So it helps with that transition into the cloud native world. We also allow the on-demand elasticity capability, which, as we've mentioned several times, in the days of, in the era of COVID, shall we say, where organizations suddenly need to provide capability or workloads to public users outside of their infrastructure, potentially maybe requiring additional capability, additional capacity. A typical workload might be something like VDI, or you need to extend that out to a much broader group of users. Or indeed, if you've got seasonal workloads, the end of the month, you've got closing your month-end accounts, quarter-end accounts, year-end accounts, where you need that additional capacity. So Nutanix Clusters allows you to burst your private cloud workloads up into the public cloud, utilize that great elasticity that you get from AWS and the hyperscalers, and then bring that workload back down or hibernate it when it's no longer required. The other use case we're seeing from customers is something we call business continuity. And this enables our customers to very quickly build out a disaster recovery solution into the public cloud. So utilizing our Leap capability, we're able to replicate your on-prem private cloud onto the public cloud, put it in a hibernation, and then when you're ready to utilize it, or you have an emergency, you can spin those workloads back up, and you've got your business continuity built into public cloud. So no need to build external data centers. Now, some of the workloads we're seeing customers use this for, as I mentioned, is VDI. VDI is one of the big workloads we see for the elasticity and use case. We also see customers who are using clusters for IO intensive applications. This could be anything from test dev as well. Test dev is another great example of where customers are utilizing public capacity, perform their test devs, and then spin it back down when it's no longer required. Now, we've got a number of customers that have been utilizing clusters already. As I said, we launched the product in August, but clusters has been around for about a year in early access to some of our key customers who've really benefited from those 4 use cases. And those are the 4 use cases we're really seeing emerging. So we've got customers such as Penn National Insurance uses clusters for their to span their data center across their private cloud and public cloud, giving them rapid bursting capability. We've also seen other customers across the globe who are using Nutanix already for major workloads. And I think what makes Nutanix different is in 3 key areas. Clusters is unique in the way that it gives your Nutanix software the ability to exist on your cloud account, your existing cloud account. So customers can manage all their clouds from one platform, but we're utilizing your existing AWS account. And this makes it very easy to manage your infrastructure. The second benefit we're seeing for customers is as we said, using the existing AWS account also enables us to use your existing AWS networking, which means there's no network overlay required, which means configuration is far easier than other solutions. And because you don't need a network overlay, you have direct access to your cloud native services, which also gives you a benefit in performance. The third benefit that we're seeing customers receive from clusters is this cost control benefit that we provide. So when you move your workloads onto public cloud, you're able to hibernate those workloads when they're no longer required. And that is a process that's built in natively into clusters, which allows you to move a workload from EC2 bare metal, hibernate it into AWS S3, and then when you're ready to resume, you can click the resume button and bring that workload back up. And I guess the last part of this is that license portability. So when you have workloads that are hibernated, you're no longer paying a Nutanix license. That Nutanix license becomes portable between your on-prem and off-prem public cloud capabilities. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to present a demonstration. Before we do that, I'm going to just give you some quick link here to where you can get your hands on clusters yourself. So we have two options for customers. We have the free trial and we have the test drive. Now the test drive allows you to have it's kind of a self-guided walkthrough of how clusters works. All the costs are covered by Nutanix. You'll register for a test drive and you get about a 4 to 8 hour availability window where you can play around with a full clusters environment, set up a cluster, build those clusters and play around with the use cases we've talked about. The second capability we're offering customers is what we're calling a 30-day trial, which gives you an extended period of testing clusters. So you have 30 days trial to the software, which enables you to register with Nutanix, attach to your existing AWS infrastructure using your AWS accounts, and you get access to all of the other Nutanix products as well. And you can access that by going to nutanix.com/clusters. If we look at the on-demand elasticity use case, Nutanix can help organizations burst into the public cloud to handle seasonal demands, or dev test, for example. This allows you to expand your operations without the need to build out data centers while retaining your tools and third-party integrations. With Prism's management plane, you can now manage clusters across private and public cloud. Now let's get started. By logging into the clusters portal, here we can see all the organizations and I can manage my cloud accounts. Here we can see there is AWS and Azure account setup. To add another account, we select the cloud provider, give its name and add the cloud account ID and prepare the account with AWS CloudFormation. We need to log into the AWS console. We will then create the CloudFormation stack to give Nutanix privileges to create clusters on the AWS account. Once that's done, it can be verified. Now we can select the AWS regions for cluster to be allowed to be created in. This takes a minute, and once done, we're ready to create our clusters. To create your cluster, click on the Create Cluster, provide the name and select the cloud provider, the account, and the region. Now, we can select Frankfurt as we have a VPN connectivity set up already. Then you select your VPC. This will automatically be discovered, but we could create a new one. Click Next and select the instance. As well as a number of nodes, your redundancy factor, you need to select the SSH key to securely log into the VMs, then select your AOS version and tier, and if you want, you can add files. You could then bring up the cluster securely by adding the IP address that will access the clusters. You can quickly review the configuration and click on Create, and that's it. Here we can see the instances are booting up. We can see that in just 28 minutes, my 3 nodes cluster is up and running. If we log into Prism Central, we have registered the newly created cluster in, and if we launch Prism Element, we can see the AWS i3EN metal as the model of the hosts. We can now use the same familiar Prism Central console to manage my environment on both private and public cloud. If we want to create a VM from Prism Central, we simply click the cloud environment and provide the details, and the VM will be created in the AWS cluster. We can power on the VM and connect as we see here. We can see the VM is successfully created. Now, let's look at how we can lift and shift workloads from both private to public cloud using clusters. It's not necessary to re-architect the workload. Providing app mobility minimizes the risk and saves on cost. Once in the cloud, your applications get native access to AWS services. We've integrated with cloud networking, so virtual machines using Nutanix clusters get IP addresses provided natively by AWS network infrastructure. So this means VMs get native access to AWS services without additional network overlay. Let's look at this private cloud environment, which is running a two-tier task management application. If we want to migrate this application over to the public cloud on AWS, we can use Leap, our DR orchestration solution. Under Recovery Plan, we have a pre-created recovery plan. If we look at the recovery plan, we can see we can specify the order by which the VMs are brought up, and we can specify scripts that need to be executed post-migration. We need to specify our network mappings. Now we can execute the recovery plan. Click on Failover, provide my source and our destination, which is in the cloud cluster, and that's it. Once the failover happens successfully, the machines will be brought up and scripts will be executed. Then we can simply log in to the application. Here we can see both VMs have been brought over successfully. Now from the new instances, we can simply launch the new application and log in. Now, let's see how we can optimize those cloud costs with the Nutanix Clusters Hibernate feature. Hibernate allows you to move your data to cost-optimized S3 storage. It will then uninstall the Nutanix software. It will stop the EC2 bare metal instances. So you're only then going to pay for the Nutanix software and EC2 bare metal when you need it. Now, when you're ready to resume, you can simply bring it back from hibernation. The EC2 bare metal instances will be reprovisioned based on a prior configuration. The Nutanix software will be installed and all the VMs will be brought back up with the data preserved. So we have an AWS cluster that has been active for a while. We don't need it at present, so rather than delete it, I can simply click Hibernate. Confirm the intention and then click Hibernate again, and this will initiate the hibernation process. Now, let's look at another cluster we hibernated earlier. If we want to bring it back to its prior state, we select Resume, click Resume, and the process is initiated.
Thank you so much, Tim. That was great information, and I'm sure the partners can see the ease of using Nutanix clusters on AWS. It is amazing information. Thank you very much. And I would like to thank every one of you for attending the session today. We thank you for your time, and we hope this information was helpful. Please do feel free to reach out to us anytime to get any further information on the partnership, on how you can leverage, Nutanix clusters on AWS, and how the partnership would work, whether if you're an existing AWS partner, what you need to do to be a Nutanix partner or vice versa. Please do let us know or reach out to Reddington any point in time, and we'll be happy to support you. Post this, I would just like to leave you with one thing, is that Reddington Redington is launching a campaign where they would be providing you the the access to use the free trial of Nutanix clusters on AWS. Please do get in touch with us to understand how you can avail of this free trial, and also how you can get some AWS credits to test this, and let us know what your feedback is. So thank you very much, everybody, and thank you for your time again.
From the Redington, we would like to thank the Shaista and team and the Nutanix team. Thanks a lot once again to be part of this launch today. Ram, once again, thanks a lot for you and for the AWS team. It's very insightful session we had today from both the sides. And the big thank to all of you from our channel partners and the customers who join with us from the Middle East region. Thanks a lot once again, and we will keep in touch with you. So any customer, any partner wants to have a test run, the POCs, and if anybody interested on this solution, so please do let us know. So everyone knows the contact details. So we will get back to you. We will get in touch with you, and we will take this the conversation forward. So once again, thanks a lot, and we'll keep in touch.